Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to another episode. My name is Osman Abdulrasheed, and I know that you've been enjoying all the previous episodes that we've had. Now, what I want to talk about today will really help you to bring together almost everything that we've talked about. Now, you see that we've talked about how to start a business, something about, how do you turn an idea into profit? How do you put structure in your business? How do you put systems in your business? Now, for the next couple of episodes, what I want to talk about is you. Yes, you, the business owner. A lot of times, you see, one of the biggest issues business owners have is themselves, but they don't know. Why is it that you have staff and you complain about your staff, and then when that same staff that you were complaining about leaves and goes somewhere else, they tend to prosper? Well, doesn't that tell you that maybe there's something wrong with how you are leading them? And that brings us to the amazing topic I want to talk about today. Today, we're going to be talking about leadership, inshallah. And what is leadership? Right? A lot of times people have different definitions of leadership, but I want to tell you one interesting one, and I'll tell you a definition that is very easy and very simple to remember. Leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. If you can influence anybody to do anything, it means that you are leading them. It means that you don't need anything, you don't need to have a position, you don't need to be older than somebody to lead them. So leadership is influence. And once we understand that, and we understand that for us to be able to improve our leadership, we must improve our influence, then it starts to make sense. And today, inshallah, I'm going to be sharing with you how you can actually increase and improve your influence with the different people that you're interacting with. In talking about leadership and talking about influence, one of the things that you need to understand is everything rises and falls on leadership. What does that mean? Everything rises and falls on leadership. Think about it. Have you ever been in a situation whereby you saw a company that was successful, and then after a while, the person that started the company leaves and goes somewhere else, and you find that company eventually dies, right? You see that company eventually dies. What does that mean? It means that the person that took over probably was not able to lead that company effectively. And so for you, your business, I know that you are passionate about your business. I know that you want your business to grow. And I know that it's important for you to create that system and that structure that will make your business sustainable. And that's why, inshallah, we're going to be talking about leadership today. So everything rises and falls on leadership. What does that mean? It means that, look, the level at which your business will grow can only grow as high as your leadership capacity and your leadership ability. But before we go into that, and before we go into talking about how we can improve your influence, I want us to talk about 3 myths that people have about leadership that stops them from being the effective leaders that they are. The first myth that people have is that they think that they are not born leaders. And they think that, because I'm not a born leader, it means that I can't lead. But studies have shown that leadership is actually a skill that you can learn. It's not that some people are born with it. And another misconception people have is that they think that, because you are reserved and because you are introverted, then that means you will not make a good leader. Why? Because the outgoing and the extroverted people are able to talk and are able to influence people, but that's not the truth. If you look at it in the world over, we've had amazing people that have done amazing things and are amazing leaders, despite the fact that they are not extroverted. So even introverted people can actually be great leaders. And guess what? Leadership is actually a skill, and every single person can learn it. And inshallah, I know that after watching this episode, so it's important for you to stay till the end. After watching this episode, you see the process of how you can become a better leader in your business, inshallah. The second myth that people have around leadership is that they think that their position makes them leaders. And so because you are the business owner, because you are the CEO, a lot of times what tends to happen is that people will be carrying shoulder and you'll be talking to your staff anyhow and say, my friend, don't you know that I'm the CEO? Don't you know I'm the MD? If you need to remind somebody about your position, it means that you don't have that position. And remember what we said, leadership is all about influence, nothing more, nothing less. For you to have good influence over your staff, it means that you must understand the different principles surrounding influence. The third misconception people have is they think that they have to wait until they are leaders before they start to develop their leadership capacity. So now you're a business owner and you're thinking, but I don't have any staff. I'm the only person doing whatever it is that you're doing. And you say, okay, when I get there, then I'll start to develop my leadership capacity. That's one big error and big myth. Because guess what? Imagine, let me give you an example. Imagine that somebody was supposed to come and fight you, and you needed to train and go to the gym for you to be able to succeed in that fight. When you wait until the time the person comes to fight you, and then you say, wait, hold on, give me 1 minute, then you now go to the gym, will that have any effect? No. But if you've been training for a couple of months or years before then, you will have the capacity. So it means that as a leader now, whether you have staff that are working for you, whether you don't have anybody working for you, you must start to develop your leadership capacity so that when the time comes that you actually need it, you will have something to work with. So without wasting much time, let me share with you 5 key steps that you can take to increase your influence and improve your leadership capacity. And this is a concept by one of world-renowned leadership gurus. And it talks about the 5 levels of leadership. And what are those 5 levels? And that's what I'll be sharing with you. The first level is the positional level. I'll run through everything and then we'll take it one by one. So the first level is the positional level. The second level is the permission level. The third level is the production level. The fourth level is the people development level, and the fifth level is the pinnacle level. And what does that mean? So let's go into it. The positional level. This is the lowest level of leadership. And this is when you're just starting out, or you're just starting your company, or people just start working for you. They only do things because of your position. The influence that you have over people is only because of the position that you have. And that is the most ineffective level of leadership. Why is that? Because once that position is not there, then you don't have any influence. Think about it. How many people can actually go back, and this is for people that are working, can you go back to where you used to work before? Maybe you've left there for like 3 years. Can you go back to where you used to work before and still have the same influence you had when you were there? No. Most times, once you change department, that's all. The people that you left in your former department are not loyal to you. Why? Because you've been leading them using position. And I'll tell you, let's test, for those of you watching at home, let's test to see whether you use positional level. And let me know if this sounds familiar. If you've ever said that, my friend, do this because of your position, it means you're using positional leadership. And this works both at home and in your business or in the office. So when you tell your children, do this because I'm your father, you're using positional leadership. If you say, do this because I'm the MD, you're using positional leadership. Now, I know some people will feel like they don't. So I will give you another flip side. If you use someone else's authority to get people to do things, so when you say MD said, GM said, or someone said, that is you also using positional leadership. And next time you find yourself saying that, catch yourself and understand that because you're using positional leadership, that's the lowest level of leadership and is the most ineffective. The second level of leadership is the permission level. And this is when people have given you permission to lead them. Once people give you permission to lead them, they will go to the ends of the world to get things done for you. But it's not easy. So how do you move from position to permission? There are 3 things that you need to just make sure you take care of. 1, you must value people. So you must value the people that are in line with what you're doing. So if it's your staff, you must value them. And when you value something, you will not treat it anyhow. Think about it. For men, for example, if you have a car and you value your car, you're not going to treat your car anyhow. For women, your gold and laces and all that, you're not going to treat it anyhow. You're not just going to put it under the sun or just leave it on the road. So it's the same thing with your staff. If you value them, then you treat them well. So that's the first step, to value them. The second step is to understand what is of value to them. The biggest mistake business owners make is that they think that money is everything. They think that once I just increase people's salary, they'll be fine. But you don't understand that what you're doing is that for some people that money is not of value to them, you're just making your disgruntled staff richer. And then the third thing, once you value them, you understand what is of value to them, then you must add value to them. And this is you going above and beyond. In your interaction with everybody that you interact with on a day-to-day basis, there's something called an emotional bank account. So think about it, that when you do something that adds value to the person, you are depositing into that bank account. And when you do something that maybe kind of makes the person sad or makes the person upset, you are withdrawing from that bank account. So the rule of thumb that you use as a business leader is this: never withdraw when you have not deposited. So when you have a new staff or you meet somebody for the first time, understand what is of value to them, add value to them. before you now start talking about consequence management. The third step is production level. And here's the thing with these levels of leadership. You can't stay in one step. It's just like in the highway. If you stay in the middle of the highway without moving, trailer will jam you, as we say in Nigeria, right? So third step is position. So once you move from position, you move to permission, you have to now think about the third step. Third step is production. People follow people willingly that are showing them the results that they wish to have. Once you are able to produce results in your team, in your company, in your family, the people that have given you permission will gladly follow you to anywhere, right? And then, so once you're able to do these things, you will now be able to have the production level. And then the fourth step is people development. For you to cement that loyalty that your staff have for you, is you must be interested in developing them. You must be interested in how do you add value to them. What are the little things that you can do, courses that you can take them for, different kind of things that you can teach them. Sometimes not by you just doing everything. Sometimes show them so that they can feel that they are growing through the ranks in your organization. And once you're able to do that, your leadership capacity would increase. And then the final one is pinnacle. And at the pinnacle level of leadership, what it means is that you develop everybody in your organization for they themselves to be at a minimum of a level 4 leadership level position. But that's really impossible. It's an aspirational state that you aspire to, but most likely you might not be able to reach it. So as the more you aspire to get there, the more you'll be able to increase your leadership capacity. And once you do this, inshallah, I know that you will have more influence over your staff, more influence over the people that you're interacting with. And once you're able to do that, you will get more results. I know that if you implement this, inshallah, you see amazing results in your business. And as you go around and you're improving your leadership capacity and adding value to the people around you, right? I want you to know that it's important and that you also have the capacity to grow your leadership, and to be able to lead your business. Once again, thank you for joining us for this episode. I look forward to us talking in the next episode where I'm going to be sharing one other critical skill that you should have as a business owner. I remain Osman Abdulrasheed. Assalamu alaikum.
Ramadan Mubarak.